Well, hello, everybody. Looks like we are here live, the Bunker Nation show, or whatever we're going to call it. What's normally going to happen here, starting probably tomorrow, is going to be I'm going to have like an intro with bumper music. So, those of you who have to sit through commercials or whatever, there's going to be a little intro with my theme song, Trains I Missed by Walt Wilkins. Hey, thank you all for being here. Daniel Carr's here, back from being thrown off a bridge. Yep. And so glad to be here. We're going to be trying out. I've got the full range of stuff available now through StreamYard. This is our first full show with it. We're broadcasting live on Facebook, 3 places on Facebook, on Periscope, and on YouTube. And Rob McClellan, my IT guy, is working on getting us broadcasting live on my blog. So that's all going to be kind of cool. So I'm going to be playing around with stuff. It's going to be kind of goofy and probably painful to watch. The first thing I was going to do is show you this coolness right here. In lieu of me having an intro with the Trains I Missed song, there's this. So let me know if you saw that. Did that even show up? Was that cool or what? I would like to know. Hey, you guys, make sure that you're in the comment section. You're talking, chatting, whatnot. It's going to take a little while for me to get used to it, for how long it takes for messages to get through. There's Nick Cole, man, my good old buddy. Yeah, I got that one, and I got another one. This is the one that's going to be on the videos, and we'll run that one real quick. So there's that. But what I got to get done, I haven't done it yet, is I got to get my friend Sean to make me a good, cool music video with Trains I Missed, because that's going to be our theme song. It'll be our intro and our outro music and whatnot. So glad you all could be here. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody's surviving, thriving, as it says behind my head. We got a lot to talk about today. Beautiful day in the central Texas region. About 70s, low 80s. Had another inch or two last night. I think we had 2 inches the night before last and 1.5 inches maybe last night. So beautiful weather. Everything's going great. Hello, Shemaine. Hello, Brett and Dana. Hello, Heidi. Hello, everybody. Tell me where you are. I saw we had Montana here. I saw we had several Texas folk here. We got some Missouri here. We got California in the house. We got Michigan. Even though I threw him off a bridge, he looks like he's back. Sir, you are not out of the woods. We're going to talk about that. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I just want to make sure everybody, Missouri's in the house. Several conversations going on at the same time. Is it just me? I don't know what you're saying, Dave. Are you watching? Make sure that you don't have 2 windows open. So like if you have Facebook and YouTube open, it could be playing through both places. You only want to be watching me on one platform. And I'm broadcasting on five, not 10, but 5 platforms. So just make sure you're just on one. Let me know if that works, because now I'm worried that there's several conversations going on. No sound buffering. What does that mean? I don't know what you guys are talking about. What does no sound buffering mean? I'm not sure. Are we even okay? I'm just going to need some comments here, because I'm only watching it on one platform. And so it's not that confusing. The chat room should be there. If you're on Facebook, you're not going to see the chat room. You just have to use the comment section below. But if you don't like it, go over to YouTube. Should be right there on the live on YouTube link. Everything's cool. All right. Everything's great. Like to see it. You guys, your comments and all that are going to be gold while we're figuring all this stuff out. So I want to know, what do you think? The opinion of some seems to be that we are out of the woods. Whether or not, and I want to go through my normal disclaimer. I am not a epidemiologist. I don't know anything about the coronavirus. Don't want to know anything about it. Don't care. My opinion is that it doesn't matter whether or not the whole thing was a huge hoax manufactured in a lab in China or in Hillary Clinton's basement, or if it is the worst thing that's ever happened. The results are the same, and that is people are losing their rights daily. We are suffering the tyranny of the mid-level wonk who can do nothing but sit around and write rules on pieces of paper and try to get them passed for the rest of everyone else to follow. So it just doesn't matter whether or not the thing is serious. So we can leave the left-right dialectic out the window and just talk about where you think things are going. Dave says hard economic times haven't begun yet. Yeah, I believe you're absolutely right. I'm hoping. I have my hopes. I have my hopes and dreams. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Pat. Everything's going good. The thing is not the thing. I went back and watched some of the very first early videos in the coronavirus series. By the way, this show is not about the coronavirus. It's not about COVID. It's not about any of that stuff. It's about right thinking and reason in an unreasonable world. And we could talk about any number of topics. I like to talk about a lot of different things, art, science. I like to talk about philosophy. I like to talk about literature. I like to talk about what's going on in the world, survival, preparedness, whatever. Any of those things could be a topic on a particular day. So the issue is where I am more interested in where people think we are than on what the policy wonks think on each side when they're in their death struggle of stupid to wrest control over other people. And so Dave says we're not out of anything, just starting. Right. And so, here's the thing. As you all know, my opinion has been that free people live as free people, regardless of what the policy wants, writing things on pieces of paper. Why do I say that? Have any of you ever worked for a large company or a large organization? If there is a large middle management section, you will be inundated with pieces of paper, stuck on walls, in bathrooms, stuck in your inbox, handed to you, all of those type of things with rules that somebody made up because they think they need to validate their position. Here's where a lot of people make a mistake. They think that those people know that they're useless. They think that those people know that what they're doing is ridiculous and wrong, and they're doing it anyway, but they don't. They think they're right. Yeah, the paper economy is broken. You're right. And so we can say it's just to justify their jobs, but in their minds, it's not that. In their mind, they are already justified, and they're merely manifesting that justification. Hello, Scott. And I wanted to show a video if I can do so. I have not been able to, I have not tried this. This is going to be, and I posted this on my Facebook today. I don't want your mind to go into the left, right, BS. This is my position on this based on race and politics and whatever else. I am showing this video as a metaphor for what is going on in the world and why we are gloriously screwed. Why we are fantastically screwed. I want you to watch the, if I can get it to play. You guys have to tell me if it plays properly. I'm going to play it for you, and then I want you to listen to me as we talk about it. And I'm sorry for this fan overhead. I got a small fan that runs on 12 volt, but it's a little warm, and I got this light shining on me. All right, so I'm going to try this. If I can get this to work, I got to remember how to do it. And all right. So now I got to go over here, and I got to press play. Then I got to come over here. Some of y'all may have seen this. I don't know if you can get the volume. Let me know. Let me know if you're getting any volume here. So she's choking out this dog. How many of y'all saw this? All right, you're not getting the sound. All right, well, there's nothing I can do. I'll have to figure out how that works. All right, I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to explain what's going on. In case you missed this, I got to get my mouse back. This is so confusing. I'm going to learn all this, and I'm going to be really good at this in a month. All right, so this lady was in Central Park in New York City with her dog off of a leash, which is against the law. This black man saw her there, and he was bird watching, saw her there with her dog off the leash and asked her to put the dog on a leash as the law requires and the signage requires. She immediately approached him aggressively and told him he had to stop recording her, which is not true and is also a violation of the law. Then you could tell she starts almost hyperventilating. She starts choking out the dog. She calls the cops and claims that an African-American man is threatening to kill her and her dog. And it just escalates from there. She actually tells the cops this guy's trying to kill her. And all he's doing is recording her and asking her to call the cops. I don't know if you saw this. I'm going to play the rest of it, even though there's no sound. At some point, I'll figure out how to get the sound to play. But you can see what she's doing to her dog here. Rather than just have the dog's trying to get higher because he's choking. This is what we're dealing with in America today. This is the lack of reason, the lack of any sense. So she finally puts the dog on a leash, and so he goes on about his business. All right. Now I gotta figure out where my mouse is. This part is going to be painful watching me learn how to use this thing. I got to figure out where my mouse is and then get it back. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. All right. It's beyond her being crazy because she doesn't think she's crazy. You could watch this video 1,000 times. This man who's recording her never threatened her, never approached her, never did anything wrong, never said anything wrong. She absolutely flips out to 11. And why? Because she thinks she's right. Okay? The dog is the one getting choked out. Now, if we wanted to make the metaphor perfect, we're walking by and we're filming this, and another lady comes out of the woods. She's not wearing a mask, and she's got a Trump shirt on, and they start fighting and punching each other. Then they both call the cops on us and blame it on us and want us to pay for it. But since this is what we have, let's examine this metaphor. This woman is insane. She has been driven insane by her politics, no doubt, that says that she has a right to do whatever she wants to do, whenever she wants to do it, because she's in some superior position in relation to everyone else. She is morally superior. And that's what's going on in politics. That's what's going on. We have a plethora of middle management wonks like her who are writing rules for everyone else now because they feel like they're right and they feel like that's how they're going to save you. So my question is, do you think we're out of the woods? If you think the thing is the thing, if you think COVID-19 is the thing, or you think the fraud or the fake of it or whatever you think is the thing, you are discounting the fact that insane people are in charge. Insane people are the ones making decisions, not just here on this video, but they are everywhere. They're making rules about where you can stand and how you can stand and what direction you're going to go and how, and they're not going to let go. This lady is not going to stop being that way until something drastic, like painfully drastic, happens in her life. So long as people like her are the ones that are holding the reins of power, we are not out of the woods. Now, let me tell you something. I'll go back to the first or the second show I did in the COVID era. I said, my personal wish, my personal desire is that this whole thing would go away. I was in a pretty good position. Things were going pretty well for me. And now what we're looking at is, who knows? I also said in the first or the second show that it was very likely, regardless of you, if you think COVID is a real thing or not a real thing or a serious thing or moderately serious thing, or if you think it is serious, but they're going to take it and run with it, whatever you think, that we were going to see a lessening of the restraints going into the summer. But here's the thing. All of this has happened during the time that we're rolling up into an election. So the craziness is not in the dampening stage. There's going to be the feeling that things are opening up, and I hope people take advantage of that. I hope people take advantage to get outside and do some things and meet with some people and have some fun, try to have some semblance of a life. But at the same time, these people are not willing to let this go on either side. Heidi says she's been fired from her job. She surrendered the dog. I hope she gets some psychological help. But what I've seen in the past, and there's a plethora of these. I've said plethora twice, 3 times now, and I shouldn't. There are a bunch of these videos like this. Primarily women, not always women. There's one where the little short guy was going nuts in some restaurant, but just insane. They cannot see the same things you see. And that's one of the things I wanted to bring out in this. She knew she was being recorded. It didn't change her behavior because she's incapable of seeing herself from somebody else's point of view. You understand what I'm saying? This is true of almost everybody who's listening to my voice. Because of the lack of empathy and the lack of the ability to try to understand opinions with which you differ, to try to at least inhabit a space with people who disagree with you, even if you vehemently disagree with them, they've lost the ability to see themselves. These people on Twitter, these people on social media who are animals as far as their political appetite for destruction, have zero ability to see reality. They cannot see it. They do not know what they're doing as they're doing it. They've already become righteous in their own eyes. I saw a Hollywood person, a star, on Twitter, it was today or yesterday, who said that Trump was guilty of 100,000 murders because of COVID. Now, no matter what you think, even if you are a reasonable person on the left who thinks that things could have been done differently, and perhaps you've got your own rationale and your own justification for how you would have done things differently, whatever that is, to slip from there into now believing that your political and every other sense future necessitates you hanging all the bodies of people who got a disease on your political enemy. There's no getting out from that. It's what people need to understand. You can't unclimb that rope. You can't get out. These people, all of these people, are not going to change. They're not going to wake up one morning and you go, yeah, I was crazy there for a minute. Literally crazy, but now I'm okay. Once you've convinced yourself that your political enemy is a murderer, they may be, but once you've convinced yourself of that, and there's no backing out of it. In other words, there's no way to avoid the ultimate confrontation with those people. That goes farther to explain where we are, whether we're out of the woods yet, than anything else, right? I'm going to try to catch up with the comments over here. I hope everybody is enjoying this. Make sure you hit the like button wherever you are. If you're on YouTube especially, hit the like button. Yeah, we got a big clash with China looming. We got a big clash with this lady and her ilk looming. That lady is your future. That lady is your future. And they want whatever's coming because they have declared themselves righteous in their own eyes. They believe that the fates or whatever power holds them is on their side. Scott, you're absolutely right. I really, really hope this lady gets some help, and I've seen quite a few of these. The one, I don't know if you saw the one where the woman hops in front of the car and says the guy's trying to kill her. Another lady who trying to block a guy jumping his bike down the stairs. You're right, Daniel. No such thing as right or left, freedom or slavery. I don't believe that. I try not to think of it in a directional issue either. The people who are right-minded don't want conflict is being thrust upon them. But at the same time, I'm not in the middle because the left-right dialectic right now is insane. I'm watching it as a reasonable person and making plans reasonably to withstand whatever these people bring upon us, reasonably. That doesn't mean I'm planning for a war or anything else. I'm planning for everything and anything that could happen. And so this is not to say, hey, everybody, I hope things get bad, because I don't. I've had good movie news this week. There's good things happening for me. I hope there's good things happening for you. I think all of us, all reasonable people should agree that what we want is a return to some sense of normalcy, whatever you define that as. It is very difficult to watch people. And I told you guys, I said it right on here. I looked in the camera and I said, as soon as things start lightening up and easing up, there's going to be 1,000 people out there acting like it's over. Just go back to what I was doing, having learned nothing. They will have learned nothing. Their lifestyles will have changed. Zero. Nothing. They will have learned nothing. And the next time, whether it's in a month or 2 months or this fall, and there's a fuel shortage, they're going to be on their keyboards going, why are these dummies out there buying fuel? There's no problem. The same people who are out there condemning people for buying toilet paper are going to be condemning people for buying fuel or whatever it is. If most of America is moderate, how did we get to here where extremists are running things on either side? We, the people, are supposed to make choices of other regular Americans representing us. I don't think most of Americans are moderate. I think very, very few Americans. And moderate really, in this sense, doesn't have much meaning. I don't think you could have some views of the left and some views of the right and have some kind of coherent. My views are completely other. My morality is based on something outside of the political dialectic. They're based solely on scripture. And so in some cases, people looked at that through their prism of conservative. And then I have views that are obviously very libertarian or something. And somebody conservative may look through their prism and call that liberal. At the same time, you're right. Extremists are running things because that's how you do it. The Hegelian dialectic is you create two opposite forces and you use those like two legs on a robot. If you want to move a robot, you move the right leg forward, then you move the left leg forward, and you move the right leg forward. They are moved by the people with megaphones. The people with power are neither left nor right. The deep state is not left or right. The deep state is moving everything else. That's what's happening. This is not conspiracy talk. There's plenty of that out there. Everything that I've been saying going back, and I just watched back to March 10th, has been exactly what has happened. I talked about meat shortages back in first week of March. The Bible and the U.S. Constitution, that's right. All right, good to see you guys. I'm glad everybody's here. Make sure you hit the like button. If you are not on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, or if you're on Periscope, or if you are somewhere else, if you would, perhaps consider going over to YouTube and subscribing. I've got some cool stuff I could put on here like this. Subscribe. Or if you're on Facebook, maybe, like me or whatever. But I really would like you to subscribe. And if you are on YouTube, destroyificate the like button. Destroyificate it. Hit that thumbs up. The more of those things we get, the better. Also, welcome to the Bunker Nation Show. Look at all these things I did today. And this deal up here, I got to get it right. Up here, my head up there. That's kind of cool. And in case you missed the show yesterday, this whole new platform, StreamYard, that I'm using that allows me to do all this cool stuff and show you videos and all that kind of stuff, it cost me $50 a month, plus some other plugins and some other stuff it's going to cost me. So what I'm hoping is we can get 10 monthly sponsors for $10 a month. You can do it on Patreon if you like Patreon. If you don't like Patreon, you can go to the link, michaelbunker.com, and go to the support page, and you can set up a Patreon-like monthly subscription. If 10 people would do $10 a month, we could get this done. All right, so there's that. I'm going to leave that run for a little while in case anybody wants to do it. In the description down below on the YouTube page, I almost did a Bill Cosby. On the YouTube page, there is a link to the Michael Bunker support page. And there's all different cool ways you can do different things to support the show. As I said, this is not a COVID show. This is not a coronavirus show. This show is about whatever you guys want to talk about. So get in the comment section if you want to ask questions or talk about things. All politics have been moving left since 1789. It's just beginning to move rightward now, and the entrenched left can't deal. I would say that I would agree with that. It would be nice if we could escape this whole left-right dialectic and be reasonable people. Just be reasonable people. Cheers. This is my grapefruit flavored sparkling water. Hello, Hava. Glad to see you. I don't know what TQBFFF means, Heidi. I'm probably missed some comments up here. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you get some comments in there if you have questions or anything else like that. If you're enjoying this thing right here, having all this cool stuff, I want to have guests on the show. By the way, I want to put up that banner. Hold on. What guest would you like to see on the Bunker Nation show? Now, those of you who have known me for 20 years, doing this very same stuff for 20 years, you know that I don't like guests. And the reason why is because I can carry this show for an hour and be more interesting than having a guest. However, I have myself come to appreciate in the last couple of years what a lot of indie style people are doing. Indie writing, indie music, indie art, indie wine making, indie beer making, indie alcohol making, indie cigar making, indie anything. And I find these people very, very interesting. And if I find them interesting, I feel like you will find them interesting. So I probably will schedule some guests for the show. And I want to make use of this format because this format allows me to have guests. So if you guys would, right now, if you can think of anybody, type into the comment section wherever you are who you would like to see me interview or just talk with. Maybe just sit up here. Maybe it's not an interview. Maybe we're just talking. All right. But this is cool seeing the Facebook people and the YouTube people getting along, the reds and the blues, mixing it up here in the comments section. So my discussion about are we out of the woods yet? It seems like your answer is pretty uniformly no. So let me know what you think about that. Is there anybody out there who's watching this who thinks, yeah, we're pretty much out? I mean, I'm not talking about the virus. I'm talking about the effects of what's going on. Everything. Political division, civil war, political cronyism, arrests being made, possible interruption of the political process, coup d'etat. What do y'all think? Let me know. All right, Randall, I'm with you, buddy. Christian and Satanic. We'll use those. We'll use those titles. All right. So if I don't get any questions or comments, it's going to be a short show. It's already been a little bit longer than short, but I'm glad to get to test this out. I need to figure out how to make the sound go when I'm playing a video. So I'll have to read about that, try to figure out how to do that, because I want to run. I think I know how to do it. I want to run the, some people are getting commercials at the very beginning. So I'm going to have a bumper at the beginning with the video, cool stuff. And it's going to play the trains I missed. We'll see how that goes. September, November is going to be insane, Terry said. I think you're probably right. Frank says the woods are deep and dark, and I don't think we're even halfway yet. I think you're exactly right. Dana says, I think we're screwed. My position, exactly. Oh, and also, for those of you who are new, if you're on Facebook, you go over YouTube. They have a thing called Super Chats. You can do a Super Chat. Super Chat is a small, tiny, whatever you want it to be, donation that allows me to keep doing this. Helps me pay the bills and whatnot. Hava said, nope, not out of the woods. Most interesting election ever, most certainly. What did you think of the documentary based on surviving off-grid? I thought it was good. I was not involved in the making of it. I was in it. I was interviewed, but that was it. And it was based loosely on the format of my book. And so I had nothing to do with anybody that was interviewed on there, but I thought it was pretty good. I thought it said what the directors and the producers wanted it to say. So I thought it was pretty. Thank you, Dana. She did a super sticker for $1.99. Thank you for that. I'm going to make you famous up here. Appreciate it. Slavery or any shades of it doesn't go away easily or bloodlessly. Don't want to go that route, but scripture is clear where we'll end up. Yeah, I think things are not looking good. I sure would like things to calm down for a little while, but you're right. Things are not looking good. So thank you for that. The super chats and the super stickers and all that really do go a long way towards helping me be able to basically do this. I basically spent all day today trying to get all this to work. And all the time I was waiting for a call from one of the Hollywood people. And so trying to do this, trying to get it all done and keep it going. People are getting beat up for not wearing masks. Yep. There's a sense of insanity, corporate insanity that has taken over. And the reason why is because the people with bullhorns will settle for nothing less than blood. Nothing less. They will get exactly what they want, whether they are the majority or not, and they will settle for nothing less than blood. And that's a sad thing. It's a sad reality, and I wish it were not so. Thank you, War Dog Heim, for that super chat. Very, very appreciative. Definitely helps make all of this easier for me to get up and do all this stuff all the time. So it's great. I appreciate it. Do you have the challenge edited and on your site? Not yet. We're working on it. I'm trying to get everything where it needs to go. It's going to be a little bit more of a challenge than I thought it was going to be, but it's going to be coming. And most likely it's not going to be 30 episodes. It's probably going to be more like 10, and all of the days will be included. It's just, it turned out to be way, way more overwhelming than I thought it was going to be because I didn't know what I was talking about. But it'll be good. I think everybody's going to enjoy them. And so the first 2 episodes are out there on YouTube. After that, we'll probably have episodes that have 3 days in each one. So I'm talking with Sean, who's helping me, and we're going to get that done. All right. Does anybody else have any questions or comments? Comments. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you destroyificate the like button. I'm going to have to come up with new stuff every show so that it's we are now streaming live through 5 platforms. That to me is one of the coolest things. Is that people can watch me wherever they are. Because I had a lot of people that are like, well, I liked you when you were on Facebook, when you were doing live on Facebook, but I'm not going to YouTube. YouTube's the devil. And the YouTube people are like, I hate it when you're on Facebook because Facebook is the devil. I can't tell you what Hollywood said, but I can just tell you things are looking good. They're looking way better. Hit that like button. Destroyificate the like button. We want that like button to get destroyed. You guys right now in your comment section, tell me what you think about the new setup. I still have some stuff to do. I got to get some more lights. This whole background here has got to get lit up, and I've been studying how to do all this stuff. So it's coming together. If you go back and watch the March 10th episode, which was one of the first ones of me dealing with a lot of this stuff, we've come a long way, baby. A long way. So I'm glad you guys like it. I'm going to get some music. I'm going to get some people on here. Nobody told me any suggestions. If you're watching this later, if you didn't get to watch it live, go out in the comments section on YouTube and put a suggestion of who you would like to see me on here with. That's basically what I want to do. I want to do things that are interesting to me because I think if they're interesting to me, they're going to be interesting to you. So I'm going to have some episodes where I'm rolling cigars. I'm going to have episodes where I'm talking about things that are not preparedness or survival oriented. I'm going to do episodes where I talk to people who I find interesting, who are doing interesting things. To me, homesteaders, preparedness people are indies. They're indie people. They're indie minded. And so people that are doing a home church, home school, people are doing home brewing, people that are doing home gardens, people that are have home businesses, people that have making wine, whatever it is. They are the people that I want to talk to, and I'm going to talk to them on here. And some of them may be you. So sometimes maybe I'll have some of you guys on here. All right, y'all. I think this went very well. If you are on some other platform other than YouTube, and you would make your way over to YouTube, go to youtube.com/bunkdad, BUNKDAD. Subscribe to my channel and put a good comment on there. All these comments disappear as soon as this thing goes live on YouTube. Not live, goes recorded on YouTube. So you can stick around, add a message. There's a description that's going to be down below this on the YouTube, and you can find ways that you can help out the show. If you're reading this bottom scroll, we need 10 people to do $10 a month so that we can pay for all these goodies. Well, thank you. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Thank you, Shemaine. All of those things are things I want to do. I appreciate all you guys. So I'm going to head out. Got a lot of stuff to do tonight. Get up in the morning. We'll do it again. Lord willing, I'll be here tomorrow. Love you all, and I'll see you soon.